Are there any additions, corrections, or modifications to tonight's agenda?
Yes, 5 point.
Yeah, right. We will not have an executive session tonight, so you can strike 5.0. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I'll move for approval with amendment.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Is there any citizens here present wishing to make a statement before the board? Seeing none. There is no policy review or call for executive session after tonight's meeting. Parker is
was
unavailable right
here.
now, but we can come back to him later.
Okay.
First up is our first administrative report on board committees.
And this is really just a discussion, and I think maybe a short one. So, I just checked with Paul. No one indicated that they wanted to switch committees. So I know, Laura, you weren't here last time, but we shared the 21-22 committees, who served where, and then the district, I should have said this to you again, but it's in your email, the committee meeting schedule for the year, so people could look ahead at their work commitments and family commitments, and if there was a committee that you previously served on that would no longer fit in your schedule, you were to let me know, or Paul. I know you have been receiving invites because we've been getting questions from teachers and other people who represent on some of that are part of our committee work, anxiously looking for those invites. So we did go ahead. I know I've already invited people for the district parent-teacher advisory, the crisis committee. I think Kim has maybe sent out one of hers, and Todd is not here tonight. Sorry, he had an eye appointment and his eyes had to be dilated, so he wasn't able to drive back tonight. But Todd has shared out for his committee. So the clock was ticking for us a little bit, so I think I sent individual emails to people and said, hey, I know we haven't finalized this yet, but if it changes, then, we'll pull those invites back and switch them out. So, does anyone wish to change committees? I know Paul and I are just going to be, very soon having our first pre-planning meeting for negotiations. So that is going to be a big committee that I think Paul will reach out to a couple of board members.
Well, actually, I'm going to be reaching out to all six of you to talk about a few, not just whether you want to participate on the negotiations committee. I'm going to encourage you to do so, but priorities to talk about during negotiations and a few other items related to negotiations.
So we have our very first kind of just pre-planning meeting with our union leadership about that very soon. But otherwise, our standing committees, if you are serving on something and you were really happy where you were, that's great. But if anyone, this would be the time to let myself or the other administrators know if you are moving or changing, or if your interest has shifted and you want to be representing someplace else. So I will stop talking and you guys share if you have anything you want to change or suggest.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Well, thank you for, again, I know asking you to participate on committees in addition to everything else you already do is a lot, but we appreciate having board voice and your presence. Committee work is really important. It's what drives our district in a lot of ways, and so we appreciate you being here in those spaces, on top of everything else that you're already doing. So, thank you.
All right, next up is our consent agenda. 11.1 are the meetings from our June 21st business meeting and our August 2nd study session. 11.2 are June bills and checks, which we had advance approval of on the June 21st meeting. And our July bills and checks, Ed Fund for $3.4 million, Operations and Maintenance Fund for $521,000, Bond and Interest Fund for $520,000, Transportation Fund bills for $383,000, Working Cash Bonds for $1.15 million, Tort for $600,000, Life Safety Levy for $285,000, Payroll for $7.3 $1.364 million. And Urbana Adult Education for $172,000. There was a long list of personnel items as typical for the beginning of the year. Interfund loans, we're moving $1 million from O&M fund to the working cash fund and $500,000 from the IMRF fund to the working cash fund. There's a list approval for the 2022 high school graduates. 11.6 is a resolution authorizing or directing the sale or disposal of personal property in accordance with Illinois state statutes. These are student desks, adult desks, tables, chairs, cork and whiteboards, file cabinets, office supplies, shelves, vending machine, cabinet, chalkboard, trampoline, laminated music supplies, furniture, wired computers, laptops, Chromebooks, and tablets. And 11.7 is the appointment of our authorized IMRF agent. Katie is requesting approval to appoint Karen Milan, payroll supervisor at the district's IMRF authorized agent. Does anybody wish to remove one of these action items from the consent agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda?
I move approval.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just to say congratulations that now it's official for all of our graduates, and congratulations, everybody, your diploma's for real.
Great. Roll call, please.
Member Hassanadka?
Yes.
Member Hall?
Yes.
Member Orr?
Yes.
Member Ogalski?
Yes.
Member Carter votes yes. Vice President Exum?
Yes.
And President Pulaski?
Yes, let's go back to 9.0. Does Parker, is there a student ambassador report tonight? Nope. Okay, thanks. Next up are our individual action items. 12.1 are gifts. The following donated to the Urbana High School academic boosters, each donating $100. Cope Kunston, Jane Kuntz, Richard Powers, John and Teresa Teese, and William Aline. Kimberly Walden donated 17 Scotch scissors to Urbana Middle School for teachers' use. Peggy Buck donated $1,000 to the Urbana Adult Education Center. Wow. Amazon donated 350 backpacks, 150 pencil cases filled with supplies, 2-prong folders, pencils, Expo markers, Clorox wipes, Kleenex spiral notebooks, loose leaf paper, erasers, scissors, glue sticks, and note cards for Urbana School District 116 students. The following donated to the UHS tennis program: Andrea Brennell, $50, Siam Terrace, $300, and Jeff Unger, $300. The following donated to the UHS golf program: Living Legacy Pilates, $180, Dick's Sporting Goods, $1,000, and Fisher National Bank, $500. Joe and Phyllis Williams donated $250 in gift cards and 5 backpacks to support students, staff, and families. Is there a motion to receive the gifts and send out thank you notes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 12.2 is approving approve Urbana School District 116's 2022-2023 Return to Learn plan. This was the plan that we discussed or had presented to us at our last meeting. Is there a motion to approve the plan?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Let's see. It's a resolution, so let's do a roll call vote, please.
Member Hassanadka?
Yes.
Member Hall?
Yes.
Member Orr?
Yes.
Member Ogalski?
Yes.
Member Carter votes yes. Vice President Exum?
Yes.
And President Pulaski?
Yes. 12.3 is a resolution authorizing demolition and removal of district property. This is when the property is along Washington Street that the district acquired, 113 West Washington. Randy, any details? No. Is there a motion to authorize demolition and removal?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Member Hassanadka?
Yes.
Member Hall?
Yes.
Member Orr?
Yes.
Member Ogalski?
Yes.
Member Carter votes yes. Vice President Exum?
Yes.
President Pulaski.
Yes. And similarly for 12.4, it's another resolution for demolition and removal of district property. This time it's 107 West Washington. Is there a motion to approve the resolution authorizing demolition and removal?
So, second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Well, I was gonna just add, I thought Randy was, so I'm going to, that these two homes are part of the board's kind of strategic plan. I know our previous board members knew that. I just wanted to make sure new board members know that this is eventually when we're grant ready, when we have a shovel ready project, but when we can get our campus land use at the high school approved and going, this now frees up that space completely for us to be able to move forward and not have to wait to demolish these homes, so.
And there's interim use for that before we can get the development
Yes.
done, so.
Yep.
All right, roll call, please.
Member Hasanadka,
Yes.
Member Hall,
Yes.
Member Orr,
Yes.
Member Ovalsky.
Yes.
Member Carter votes yes. Vice President Exum.
Yes.
President Pulaski.
Yes, 12.5 is approval of bids for 303 East Fairlawn and 1106 South Vine District properties. Randy?
Yeah, we received bids for the remodel of the 303 East Fairlawn and the 1106 South of Vine Street property at 2:30 on August 4th, 2022, from 4 general contractors. The low bidder was Barbara Diatley, Inc. from Urbana, Illinois, with a base bid of $314,600 for the work at both buildings. And the alternate, number 1, for adding a folding partition to subdivide the alternative ed classroom in the Fairlawn building, along with new ceiling and lights, was $48,600. The grand total for the base bid and alternate bid for all work is $363,200. Based on the information provided above, we recommend the acceptance of the base bid with the alternate for $363,200. We recommend the district maintain a 10% construction contingency of $36,300 for any unforeseen conditions discovered during the construction phase. The scope of the work will take place August through early November.
All right. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, any further discussion?
I did want to give the board an update on the sewer project that has been impacting adult ed, and that has all been corrected, and so we're anxiously moving forward with this project so we can get the adult education folks into a new space. Definitely before winter. I mean, like, we are experiencing, every week we're fingers crossed that something else doesn't happen here in this space. So that is why we're really moving forward with doing whatever we can to get these 2 properties up and going. So
I was just curious, you may have already discussed this, but is it something where it's sort of like a rolling, like, construction where parts of it can be opened where we can get in sooner versus like it having to all be done before we get in?
Yeah, with the old Domino's building.
Yeah.
We have that most of the way done. Barbara Diatley's has a few things to do on that building, and we actually hope to be in there by 2nd week of September. And then they can start their, I don't remember the name of the group that's going to be in there.
Freedom School?
Freedom School.
Yes.
Freedom School will start in that building until we can get the Comcast, the other building finished. The other building's going to take a little while longer because we have to sprinkle the building, put fire system in there. That'll be the biggest, most time-consuming part of it.
Cool. I guess I have a couple questions. What I'm assuming that the ongoing work won't impact the murals that were just painted on the
No.
outside?
Oh,
Yeah,
Not at
yeah.
all. We're
Yeah.
actually trying to work with the murals to put a window perf on the front of it's going to be the adult ed building. And it's something that won't clash with that, and it's something kind of plain, but we need to kind of block that window right there in front because that's where the receptionist is gonna sit. We don't want people just,
Right,
walking by and
right,
peeking in, and,
Sure.
so we're trying to come up with some sort of an idea, working with a couple company, or one company, to come up with a good idea to not clash with what's.
Enhance the
what's
mural,
there,
but provide
enhance
a
the
little
mural and,
privacy,
yeah, let people know where they're at too, with the, adult ed logo or something.
Right. And I guess, and Katie, you have to remind me what fund this is coming from? The O&M, or is this coming from?
This will be coming from working cash bonds.
Okay.
Hopefully, depending on ARPA funding, some of that will
Met
be
with the mayor about that
reimbursed.
very recently.
Yeah.
And initially, the application was supposed to open in August.
Mhm.
And she just gave me an update yesterday, actually, that they are moving forward, with the RPC application, and the application is set to now open September 6th.
Great.
So unfortunately, we have a board meeting that same night, so I won't be able to attend the council to hear about the application process, but, I've been keeping the mayor up to date on, our costs and the things that we're doing, and so we have every intention of still applying for the ARPA funding to repay us back for the things that we're spending, our monies that we're spending
Alright.
from working cash.
Yep.
Any further discussion or questions?
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to follow up with kind of what Paul was bringing up. Is there an opportunity to work with the mural artist at all?
He's supposed to be coming back.
Okay.
I cannot remember when.
I'm just saying with that graphic, I feel like. as
Oh,
a-
sure.
We
Yeah,
did
just-
talk to him
Okay.
about coming back and, doing some work inside the building.
Yeah.
On probably possibly both buildings. We didn't talk to him really about working at that window. I'm sure I can find out how to, get ahold of him and talk to him about it.
I think what Randy's describing is more like if you've seen what we have on the window at King. So nothing that would take away from the beauty of the mural, just provide a little, there's sunlight that comes through
Sure.
there, and so, yeah.
I guess I was just thinking, as somebody who, in an
Artist.
individual capacity, just saying like, hey, like, most likely he is mocked up in various platforms what that looks like, and you can like
Oh,
digitally
Sure.
supplant like whatever you're thinking, maybe it's a neutral gray,
Oh, yeah.
and
That's-
just see it before you actually pay for the install.
Oh, we definitely get to see,
So, I know, I'm just
proof.
with it,
Yeah, and
You
we're,
know, like,
right now, that's
so-
kind of the way we're leaning, is a neutral gray.
Yeah.
But I can reach out to him. I will reach out to him.
just possibility, I
And
don't
we
know.
can share our mock-ups, I mean, you're an artist, so we would definitely appreciate the input, so we can share those with you. I know the first one we got was very bright
Busy.
and very busy, and we thought, oh, no.
Nope.
So we're still working through, so yeah, we
Yeah.
can share those with you,
Cool.
to get,
Yeah, I'd
get
just be
your
curious,
advice.
but
and
yeah,
input.
like, I mean, it seems to be pretty needed, cause that is a giant window, so even if it was just
Absolutely.
for security, even the sun.
Mhm.
So,
All right. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Sadaka?
Yes.
Member Hall?
Yes.
Member Orr?
Yes.
Member Ogalski?
Yes.
Member Carter votes yes. Vice President Exum?
Yes.
And President Pulaski?
Yes, there is no scheduled future special or executive meetings. Read off the FOIA report. Ashley Chambers requested student records of multiple students. John Shupe from NBC News wanted copies of all contract agreements, presentation, user manuals, and marketing materials provided to Urbana School District 116 by Evolve Technology, and any documentation of tests or evaluation of Evolve Technology products used by the district. Al McGluck, Student Transportation of America, requested current transportation agreement to include the 2022-23 school year. Joseph Smith requested copies of all security camera recordings from the Urbana Middle School, the Urbana High School, the Urbana Athletic Facility, and any other camera that views any side or angle of the main entrance of the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center for the date of July 28th, 2022, during the hours of 2 p.m. to 3:15 p.m. And Joseph Smith also requested all security camera recordings from all devices on the east side of the Urbana Athletic Facility, along the sidewalk and facing the shared parking lot of the athletic complex, the Urbana Middle School, and the Urbana Indoor Aquatic Center for the date of July 28th, 2022, during the hours of 2:50 p.m. to 3:10 p.m. And all of these FOIAs were processed.
Yes.
Correct. All right. Superintendent's report.
Okay, so I think John has that ready to go. So, we have, passed our first day of school. Yay, first day of school. So this is the orange carpet that was rolled out for our freshmen on the, first day for the ninth graders, entering into Urbana High School for the first time as students. Catherine, of course, has put together a really nice little visual map there of some photos. Those were shared out on social media, welcoming everyone back. The picture on the top is Mr. Cooper. If you haven't been by UMS to welcome him to the new school year, I'd encourage you to do that. They're off and going there as well. So it was a really great first week. A lot of positive energy and just people really excited about being back in school. Opening day also to keep the positive vibe going. This was the first year in 3 years that we were able to have a pretty normal, I'd say it was very normal opening day. If you saw, we got some great photos in the News Gazette of our day. Angie spearheaded a new spirit contest, so if you could see from the pictures, people could dress up in their favorite costume as their favorite school supply, with the most school spirit. And what was the other one, Angie? Individual pride and dress for success. And so there were secret judges around the room, and there was a lot of fun had by all. We recognized, as we always do, our staff members from 5 years to 30 years, 35 years of service. We talked about equity in action and talked to our staff about PD opportunities related to equity, the equity audit process and how they can be involved. We shared, some of the focus group info, the survey info, and upcoming dates so that people could have that on their radar. So, it was a really great day. Our band was there. We recognized some of our students. So students were part of the celebration, and we had the choir and our cheer team. So it really was a fantastic day. You can see the Wiley staff, they won for overall school spirit because they were Wiley-tastic. So it was a great day. Back to school. So this Thursday, I know all of our other schools, except the high school, will have a separate orientation night, but the elementary, early childhood all had their welcome back to school events last week. But UMS is opening up their back to school open house night on Thursday from 6 to 7. So if you haven't stopped by again to meet Mr. Cooper, or we have a lot of new staff at UMS, so feel free to stop by. I know they'd appreciate seeing you guys there. UHS football. So as you've heard via email, or I know this was a big news event for us, and unfortunately not something that we expected. So we unfortunately will be playing a JV schedule. We're still going to support our JV. We have a very small number of seniors, I think 4 who are playing, 1 maybe that's injured. So they will be also playing with JV. So Catherine is going to work with Mr. Waller about which games we really want to highlight. I've emailed with our band folks because they're going to play at some of these games, and because the marching band, when we don't have varsity, it also impacts their ability to do some of the things that they do as a marching band. So we still want to honor the hard work that TMB is doing and have some spaces where they're going to play. So we'll be sharing out those things. We're not quite sure what will happen with homecoming yet. I've been receiving questions about that. So we're having meetings and discussions. I know last year we abbreviated things, because we weren't playing varsity football, so we changed some of our practices around homecoming. So hopefully we'll have more to share about that very soon. And upcoming dates. So again, Tiger Marching Band, so we're going to be having them play in other venues. So they're going to be playing at the varsity soccer game on the 2nd. They'll be playing downtown in the County Labor Parade on the 5th. Labor Day is a holiday for us. We are starting right into our committee meetings. Hispanic Heritage Month starts on September 15th through October 15th. Muthvash, the theater company, is presenting Muthvash again, and our first staff development day and family forum at the end of September. So that is it. Oh, I did want to say one thing I forgot to put on there. If you responded that you're going to the CU Schools Foundation 365 breakfast, it is in the morning at iHotel at 8 o'clock. So Kelly Hill, I know that invite was sent out community-wide. They have, I think she said, the most people ever coming to support the CU Schools Foundation in the morning. So
That's fantastic. Board reports. Anybody have a board report? Go for it, Ann.
I just wanted to echo, if you haven't had a chance to look in the News Gazette, about two Urbana people. The first one was one of our alum, Joey Wright, who I think was he class of 2018? I can't remember. He was one of our star sport announcers, and he now is a staff writer at the News Gazette, and he wrote a wonderful article about opening day with lots of photos. So. And then the second article was about Principal Nance, the big feature that was done. I think it was, well, I read it digitally. Was it front page, or I can't remember print edition, so that was really great. But also, I just wanted to let people know, for anybody in the audience who's listening, and for any students who are interested, I got an email from my neighborhood about the League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters of Champaign County are looking for students at minimum of 16 years old to serve as ambassadors to their high schools. And these student ambassadors will be trained by the group to empower and provide opportunities to members of your school or community to participate in the voting process. And it's open to all genders. Deadline for full consideration is September 2nd. And if you go to their website and look up Student Ambassador Program, you can find more information. I just know that it's a nonpartisan national organization. For anybody who doesn't know who they are, it's called the League of Women Voters, but it's open to all genders to participate and be active. And they are really helpful to any voter in the community who wants to look up their voting information, but how to vote, and they volunteer for, election officials and all that kind of thing. It's a really great civil service, or, civil, what am I looking for? Engagement to the community. So if there are any kids out there who want to help out, I know they would love to have your help. So if you need to ask me about it later, just let me know. I could forward you the email.
Any other board reports?
Just a quick announcement about UMS cross country. They've run now 2 races, and the last one was super impressive because we had a monster storm that rolled in right in the middle, set us back about an hour and a half, but we had several on each, the boys and the girls team, medalists, including a winner, which was board member Orr's son, who ran a blazing 11:45 2-mile. 2 seconds behind him. Yep, 11:47. So it was a really exciting. So he won the 8th grade 2-mile to kick off the season. So we have a really exciting team, and should come out and check it out once in a while.
Send us pictures when you.
Yes.
So I know it's hard. I was the same way, but I was sad to miss the other event because it was the same day as CU Day, I think, and so we were all out trying to get ready for CU Day, and we couldn't come to that one. But
I have a picture of the medalists that I will send.
Send us pictures,
yes.
or send it to Catherine so we can get those in spaces. So yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Any other board reports? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, enjoy your evening, everyone.